Welcome back to another video, guys. It's a very exciting day today because we finally have a drive shaft in. Basically, the inside shafts here are exactly the same. As you can see, that is just a little bit longer there, which I'm hoping is not going to matter. And what I've done is I've knocked this dust shield off this, and if we do need to use that, I can always pop that on there, but I might have to trim a little bit off this so it sits back a bit further. But yeah, this one here has an ABS ring, which I can knock off if it's going to hit something, but I'm going to leave it on for now. And we've got 25 spline on the hub end, which is perfect. So the length looks pretty good, but I think honestly we have a winner here. And I have been through about 3 different drive shafts so far, like ordering them off the internet, which is never a great idea. Normally they have a generic photo up when you order a drive shaft online, and it doesn't always come looking exactly the same, so it came very different and it was just completely wrong. And I also tried an Evo 7 drive shaft and that doesn't fit either, it's a different spline. So yeah, so what we're going to do is today I'm going to pull this wheel off, test fit everything up, and then hopefully it all fits, and bolt it all back on. We're going to take it for a quick drive, make sure there's no vibration and all that sort of stuff, and if we're all good, then we're going to service the motor and take a look at the boost leaks and all that sort of stuff that we've got going on. But I'm super excited to drive this thing and not have vibration. So first things first, get the wheel off and test fit everything. So we're going to do that now. He's just rolled up to give me a hand. Yum. All right, so Harry here's just rocked up. Harry's my brother, but he's gonna put a UHF on his new Hilux here. So if you see him in the background, he's a bit gay. So I've taken the wheel off, and just a quick test, just to make sure that spline counts exactly right into the hub, is we're just gonna stick that in. And that feels pretty good. There's no sidewards play whatsoever when I'm trying to wriggle that back and forth with my hand here. So that looks like it's gonna fit. That we've got that through. It's in on the gearbox side, so what I've got to do is just put this lower control arm back in, put the steering rack back on, and then we can put the wheel on and hopefully get no vibration whatsoever. So super exciting. All right, so I've got the drive shaft in, and I've just gone around and checked all the wheel nuts, and a lot of them were actually really loose, so I'm glad I've done that. So what I'm going to do now is just take the gearbox filler out and just do like maybe 1 or 2 pumps of gearbox oil. It's not the exact right oil that I have here, but any oil is better than none, and what we're going to do is flush it out later anyway. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then we can take it for a rip. There's a little aluminium washer on that, and I'll probably replace that after we change it properly. She's alive. Ew. So car's running. We've put some gearbox oil in it. We've got the new drive shaft in it. So it's going to take it for a rip. Hopefully there's no vibration. Yeah, let's just get into it. I'm excited. Harry's going to film, so. Vibration's gone, so we've nailed it. I can't feel anything. The tyres are scrubbing like crazy. I think it just needs a wheel alignment. There's no weights on the tyres either. Ready for a rip? So obviously that steering wheel, wow, yeah, look at the wheel alignment. Way off. I found a couple loose bolts and stuff on the steering rack, so it definitely needs to go to a tyre shop and get a wheel alignment, but for the most part it's driving really good.
Still going asunder.
Boost it. Still got a lot to tidy up, but the boot keeps opening and shutting. But that's definitely fixed that vibration. So she's running, driving. We're going to take it back, give it a service, and maybe sort out the boot and the bonnet. I don't know if you guys felt like seeing that, but it sort of does a little boost cut at high RPM. So there's a boost leak. I already know of 2 boost leaks, so we'll try to sort that, get some plugs in it, gap them properly. Yeah, I think it's all good, but that thing's sick. Alright, so that drive was definitely successful. There's still a little bit of vibration there, but nothing as major, and we are going to need a little bit of a wheel alignment done, but other than that, it actually works really well. It's definitely fun to drive. I don't know if you could hear the turbo or not, but it sounds sick. There's a lot of wheel rubbing, like I can barely even fit my finger up there, so what we're going to have to do is try and roll that guard. I don't know about the back. I think the back might be bogging down a little bit and scrubbing, so yeah, once we sort a couple little teething problems out, I definitely want to get the motor serviced now, and I want to get the boot shut, because basically when we were driving around, it's just going bang, 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 so that's not very good. But yeah, what we're going to do now is lift her up in the air again and drain all the oil out, and yeah, get it serviced, gap the plugs, because it is boost cutting a little bit, or basically a buck. It might not be a boost cut, it might be like a fuel cut or something like that. So we're just going to go through and service it now, and yeah, let you know how it goes. All right guys, so we've got the car jacked back up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the oil just from the motor for now. I'm going to take the filter off. I'm going to get a new filter, new oil. I'm going to get 4 new plugs, and then start sorting out the boost leaks. So right, so the first things first is take this oil filter out and drop the oil. So somebody's actually added like a Greddy extension so that they could run the oil pressure sensor, so that's quite good. I might be able to reuse that at some point, so obviously it's all disconnected. But yeah, for now what we're going to do, because if you can see that's all been smashed up because it sits so low, we're going to just drop the oil and take the filter off. Thin. Coil packs out, and now we're just going to take these spark plugs out, but that's really good. There's no oil on these that I can see yet, which means that the gasket that's just around the spark plug sleeve is intact. But yeah, keep going, pull the plugs out and see how we go. Alright, so I'm wearing gloves for this because we just drove it. These are going to be hot, but they're all loose. There you go, there's one. Kind of look like they've been gapped already. 2, 3, 4. What I've done here is just with the oil filter, most of you probably know, but if you don't, you just grab your finger and stick it in your new oil, and you just grease up that O-ring just so it doesn't bind up on the plate of the filter and come loose. So I'm going to whack that one on, then we're going to start topping it up with oil. So most of these, basically the rule of thumb is sometimes you can mark it, but once it nips up like that, you then go 3/4 of a turn, and it's pretty much just hand tight for little filters like this, but you definitely want them to be snug. You don't want them backing off. So basically, well, that went more than 3/4, so that's good. Hard as we can go, hand tight. Oh, seen this thing move before too. Oh. So that's pretty good there. It's really hard to tell, but that's pretty much spot on. But once we wind the car over a couple of times, it's going to prime that oil filter, and we'll get a different reading. So that's good enough for now. Right, so far what I've done is the oil filter and the spark plugs. And now what I'm going to do is, this is a little electronic boost controller that got pulled out, and it's obviously not wired in. So what I'm going to do is just run it back to gate pressure. So I don't know how that sort of dumps the pressure, but basically all I need to do, if we hop onto here, is that's the wastegate hose just there. So what I'm going to do is snip that. We're just going to run it, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. So basically just a loop, and then that way we're going to be back on gate pressure, which is what this motor is sort of designed for, and that might stop the bucking. And once that's done, we'll take it for another drive and see if that has stopped it bucking. And if it hasn't, then we'll just have to keep going with it. But basically, I've still got the fuel filter and all that stuff to do, but we're not going to do that today. We're running out of time. So what I've done is I've taken it back to gate pressure down there. I don't know what springs in it, but I imagine it's all just standard. And what I've also done is moved this clamp here and just redone it up, because I can feel a little suction leak around there, or a little boost leak. And the other boost leak was where they had the old boost gauge, and I haven't bought a boost gauge yet, so I've just used a fuel clamp, block that off. That should be enough, I hope. And yeah, we're going to take it for another quick drive and just see how it boosts. Hopefully it doesn't buck us. Alright, so before, I don't know if you guys could see it in the video, but before, when you got on it at about maybe 3,500 RPM, it would just bog, it would just die pretty much. So I reckon it was due to the boost leak. So like I said, we've crimped that, sorted that other boost leak out, and put it back to gate pressure. Now if we go second gear, it pulls really well. So that's pretty quick, eh?
Yeah, why does it smell like that?
That's the guard, the wheel rubbing. Do you think that's quick?
Yeah.
Did it feel good?
A little scary.
Alright, so we'll do one more quick pull. But yeah, before, like I said, it just used to buck really hard, and now it's pretty much sorted. So one quick one up here. You have to push the clutch like literally to the floor, yeah, and then it's like instant.
What's that?
You're right, just, yeah. I wish you had a boost gauge, but I'd say it's around 8 pound or 10 pound. But yeah. You just have to push it all the way to the floor. That tires. It's quick. It's quick, all right, brother. Those springs are stiff. Wonder how loud the turbo will be on the camera. That's fucking fast, man.
Okay, push that clutch hard as you can.
That's fast. Alright, so this thing's certified quick as fuck. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good. It's got like a little short shift in it.
Do you reckon it's quick?
Yeah.
It's fast, eh?
Yeah.
Well, this thing rips. It's running really well, but doing a compression test, these are the results that we're getting. We're getting 95 on this cylinder, 124 on this cylinder, 115 on this, 120 on that. Which leads me to believe that this motor, there's something wrong with it, which is unfortunate. I should have probably done a compression test when I bought it, but it might be nothing. I'm just going to do a bit of researching. It might be something major, it might be nothing. So yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to pack up for today. There's still a little bit of servicing left on it, but I'm just going to go home and start researching on that low compression side of things, and what readings people are normally getting. So that's pretty much it for today. We're going to pack up and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any advice for me, leave it in the comments, and yeah, catch us next time.